It seems like there's more to Angie Stone's tragic passing than anyone initially realized. Jaguar Wright just came forward with some shocking claims that have everyone talking. As we know, Jaguar has a reputation for exposing some of the darkest secrets in the music industry, and this time is no different. She's now alleging that Angie's passing wasn't just a tragic accident, it was something far more sinister. According to Jaguar, Angie's death may have been orchestrated by some very powerful people in the industry. Her comments are especially interesting because, just a few weeks before her passing, Angie took to social media to expose some unsettling truths. She revealed that she had been battling with influential figures in the music world who, she claimed, had been stealing from her for years. Angie was clear that she was done keeping quiet and was ready to take legal action to reclaim what was rightfully hers. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, she was involved in a car crash where she was the only victim who lost her life. Now, Jaguar Wright is crying foul play, and she has plenty to say about what she believes happened behind the scenes. So, let's break down Angie's journey, the struggles she faced, and what Jaguar is now claiming. Angie Stone was born on December 18, 1961, in Columbia, South Carolina, into a household where music and faith were deeply intertwined. Her parents introduced her to gospel music at a young age, setting the stage for her lifelong passion for singing. From the time she was a little girl, church played a central role in her life. She regularly sang at First Nazareth Baptist Church, where she developed her vocal skills and built the confidence that would later define her career. Her father, a devoted member of a gospel quartet, nurtured Angie's love for music by taking her to see some of gospel's most respected groups, including the Singing Angels and the Gospel Keynotes. Witnessing these powerful performances ignited a deeper connection to her craft, giving her both inspiration and direction. As she got older, Angie began expanding her musical influences beyond gospel. She quickly became a key figure in the neo-soul movement, captivating listeners with her distinct sound and rich, soulful voice. Her artistry inspired a new wave of musicians, including Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, Lyfe Jennings, and even Mariah Carey. But her contributions didn't stop there. Angie's influence also reached deep into hip-hop and rap. Whether collaborating with groundbreaking artists or shaping the sound of the genre itself, Angie's impact crossed musical boundaries, cementing her as one of the most significant voices in modern music history. By the time she was just 16.
What do they want?
What do you mean? They want their payment. They want their pound of flesh. They want you to keep feeding the system. Doesn't matter how hard she worked for it. That's not her money. That's their money. That's what they do. They've been robbing me for years.
Yep.
They stole more money from me than they stole from Angie. I can't stop thinking about Nick Carter. And Aaron Carter. I can't stop thinking. Brother in the Illuminati, brother not in the Illuminati. Brother in the Illuminati commits all kinds of heinous crimes against women, and he's okay, but his brother's gone. And all he wanted was his money so he could push on. Like, how many of these things have to happen in front of the public? Of course they're going to attack, I'll be sure. Of course they're going to attack me. Of course they're going to attack anybody who's interested in the truth. Of course they're going to come at us really hard for that first 72 hours and make sure we stop posting, or at least get us flagged from being able to go live, so nobody thinks about the details of the fact that we just watched Angie Stone get moved around in real time on her son's.
Angie Stone was already making history. She joined forces with Cheryl the Pearl Cook and Gwendolyn Blondie Chisholm to form the Sequence, the first female hip-hop group. They quickly caught the attention of Sugar Hill Records, landing a deal and making waves with hits like Funk You Up. That track wasn't just a success at the time, it was influential. It ended up being sampled by Dr. Dre and even shaped Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars' massive hit, Uptown Funk. However, things soon got complicated. Despite their influence, the sequence never received proper credit or royalties for their contributions. This led Angie and her groupmates to sue Mark Ronson for copyright infringement, demanding recognition for their work. Angie's career didn't stop there. She became part of the hip-hop and electro-funk group Mantronix, then stepped into the spotlight as the lead singer of Vertical Hold. The group delivered R&B fans classics like Seems You're Much Too Busy, further solidifying Angie's.
One of the biggest companies that I was with, Universal Music. It's the second part of The Ugly Truth. We began to research things to check on my royalties and my statements and things that of that nature, only to find out a lot of my publishing, a lot of my royalties, my mechanicals, they have all pretty much been stolen. As I begin to find out things that I never had to look into, because when you hire a team of people that to some degree supposed to have your back, you're thinking that they're getting it all together for you. You know, that's why, you know, I respect Oprah Winfrey in that respect when she said, do your own research. Just Stone, the celebrity, that I let a lot of important things slip through the cracks only because I didn't know any better. I worked very hard to take care of my kids as a single mother, and I'm being transparent. My kids' fathers just were not doing what they're supposed to do. So I had to step up and go in and do everything that I needed to do for my family, which is why I worked so hard, which is why I traveled so much, which is why I did shows, because at the end of the day, after 40-something years in the business, I'm like, well, why? Where are my royalties going? Because I'm not getting this. Come to find out, Universal Music has been receiving all my royalties, all my mechanicals. They've taken pretty much everything. They've stolen, I won't say stolen, but they have taken all the monies that were due to me. They have basically absorbed in that company. And even though there's several class action lawsuits, people that were working on my behalf never even registered the songs. All the songs that I've done, I'm only coming to find out they were not properly registered by the companies that I signed over to. People that were supposed to do their due diligence. So I am truly a walking testimony that God has carried me all this.
The fact that Angie Stone was so outspoken about calling out those who wronged her has left fans with a lot of lingering questions, especially when it comes to whether her fatal accident could be connected to those unpaid royalties. Let's be real. It wouldn't be the first time an artist mysteriously lost their life after standing up to the powers that be. The music industry has a long, dark history of swallowing up artists who dare to push back, and with Angie reportedly preparing to take legal action, many people can't help but wonder if her death was more than just a tragic accident. What's raising even more eyebrows is how devastating the crash was.
This time, because if you only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me, monies that I'm supposed to be, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made, supposedly. But there are key people that have been driving the ships, and what they've been doing is improperly representing me, improperly stealing from me, taking things in their own hand, changing and switching lanes because they knew I didn't know that part. See, I'm not an attorney. I don't know everything. What I learned how to do was go out, work hard, get paid, come home, pay my bills, take care of my family. That part. The legal side, when you hire attorneys and managers and agents, they're supposed to make sure the gray area over there that they are in the driver's seat for, they're supposed to make sure you're taken care of. And even though they were taking care of themselves, they thought very little of taking care of me. And I know because I've seen it with my own eyes. So I'm just here to let you know, one way or the other, Universal Music, you're gonna have to give up my coins.
Yet somehow, Angie was the only victim who didn't survive. To be clear, no one is suggesting they wished harm on others involved, but for some, the math simply isn't adding up. In fact, there's even speculation circulating that Angie may have already been gone before the crash occurred, adding yet another suspicious layer to an already murky situation. Jaguar Wright is fueling these theories, firmly claiming there's far more happening behind the scenes. According to her, Angie was allegedly silenced because she was on the verge of exposing some very powerful people. This is wild, but honestly, considering everything we've learned about the industry and the powerful people pulling the strings, I guess we shouldn't even be surprised at this point. Anyway, let me know how y'all feel about all this in the comments, and be sure to check out the next video.